I think very few people were back against Leinster this weekend, going into the final game, albeit away from home in France. I think there's a couple of things. One is they're playing great rugby at the moment, so they have a lot of momentum. So to finish the pool qualifying with a loss would take a bit of steam out of their game, and they won't want that to happen. And secondly, the home draw is crucial in the quarterfinals. You know, to get any team to come to Dublin now and take Leinster on in the quarter, you've got to fancy Leinster no matter who it is. So they're the two key things: keeping momentum and getting that home quarterfinal. Are going to focus them enough to get that game won. You find with French teams, you don't know what to expect. They're all a little bit volatile. I think they're at home, so they're going to want to put up a display. I don't think they have much interest left in the tournament for sure. I think if Leinster put some daylight between themselves and the rest of Metro, they could finish them off easily. It'll be a case of Leinster actually getting there very focused and being very clinical, and the game could be over very quickly if they do that. But if Leinster aren't on fire and if they take too much for granted, the rest of Metro will be in the game. They're in front of their home supporters. They'll fight on till the very end, and it could be a tougher venue or a tougher fixture than they need it to be.
It's a huge game for us for a number of reasons. Obviously, you know, for the club and the supporters to get a home quarter final is huge, and then for us as well to go further in the competition, it's a huge advantage to get a home quarter final. So we'll be doing everything we can to do that. Well, obviously they've got some quality backs as well. They've got Seine and Hernandez, who are, you know, world-class players, and they've got some pretty big guys as well. You know, Vuli in the centre is a huge man. You know, they've threats straight the park. They've got a lot of pace out wide with Benjamin Fall as well. So, you know, we're going to have to be, you know, on top of our game if we're to get a result. Any game away in Europe is going to be very tough. You know, we're obviously going to go over there and give it our best and try and get the win that will give us a home quarter final. But, you know, you don't pick up any win away from home, especially in France. It doesn't come easy.
You can see from I suppose the last game that we played against them in the RDS earlier in the year that they're a very, very big side. They're probably one of the biggest and most physical sides around. So I think it certainly is going to be an up front. It's going to be a tough battle for the forwards up front. If they can win some quality possession, I think we've got the backs to match their backs and to overcome them, cause them a lot of problems. And we'd hope that we can play the brand of rugby that Leinster have been trying to play for the last few months. When we won it a few years ago, it was a very, very tough game away from home in the quarter-final against Harlequins. We managed to just scrape over the line 6-5. And as other teams have found out in the knockout stages, I think any sort of home advantage is important, and any sort of advantage you can give your side in cup rugby at that stage is crucial. And I think the lads will be looking to build on the momentum of the pool stages.
It's vital they get that home quarter final. Also, when you're going to finish at the top end of the draw, who you're going to be playing against is very important. So you'll want one of the weaker sides. I know it doesn't always play out that way, but you know, it's going to be in their interest to finish as highly up as possible. But also from a confidence point of view, you know, they went to Clermont, a great performance down there, but they did come away with a loss, and they'll be looking to get a win here. If they play as well as we've seen them play over the last few weeks, then I think they're well capable of going down there and winning. The scrum will be huge. They'll be looking to target the Leinster scrum. I think as a unit, the line out as well, very important. Get your set pieces, but also you know, playing the corners. I think Jonathan Sexton, he's got to keep the ball in front of the pack. We know what he can do from the kicking tee, also kicking the corners. He's an absolutely outstanding player in that regard, but what he really brings, the difference I think to any other Irish fly half before, is his running game, and especially these pass and wrap around plays. His decision making is exquisite. It's just pivotal for the Leinster backline, and they really click when he's involved. And if they can try and break the game up and play with the frenetic pace we've seen over the last few weeks, then I think it's going to be very difficult for the Racing forwards. So I don't think I quite have the fitness levels. They might be bigger, but they don't have the fitness levels of the Leinster players. I think that could be a huge difference between the two sides.